So I was born in Lucknow. Then I was raised in Delhi initially. Then I went to a boarding school in Ajmer called Mayo College Ajmer. I was there for 6 years, and I think majority of the way I am today is because of the kind of upbringing and ethos that were installed in me at school, and those were imbibed to me at school. So I personally feel that that fertile age of being a young teenager, a young child, is something where your brain is like a like you go ahead and absorb things and you deal with people around you. And I always wanted a holistic approach towards, rather my parents wanted a holistic approach for me in life, where I'm not just going ahead and studying per primarily and not academically involved, but also co-curricularly involved, also playing sports. So since I was in Delhi and I used to play football in Delhi, play golf in Delhi, and as I was growing older, what was happening was the school hours were not being able to accommodate my co-curricular in sport because of the commutation in Delhi. Because एक घंटा लगता था from my place to the school and back. So my dad went to Mayo and his brother went to Mayo, and I'd always heard of stories of Mayo, and my mother's from Lamat near Lucknow. So I had cousins all around who were from boarding schools, and I used to hear their stories. So as a kid growing up, I was like, I also want to go to a boarding, because tomorrow when I will have kids, what stories will I tell them that I went to a day school? So, to go ahead and feed that inquisitive curiosity which I had of going to a boarding, I went to a boarding, and oh, thank God, I had the best time of my life in that boarding. And today, my dearest friends are from my boarding. And I came back to Delhi for college. I was in Delhi University. I was doing undergraduation from Shahid Bhagat Singh. And yeah, I was always co-curricularly involved in school. I would do debates, I would do theatre, I would play golf, I'd play football, I'd play hockey, I'd play cricket. So I used to, the jack of all, I used to do all sorts of things. So I used to have fun doing everything. I just didn't want to restrict myself to doing one thing. And boarding, luckily, like my house in the boarding school, right behind that house, there was a golf course. So I didn't have to travel that much. My school was, let's say, 100 meters, 200 meters away from my boarding house. Then, if I wanted to debate, the club was right next to it. So there were things within a close vicinity. So I was really lucky that I got to have that as a young boy, because the kind of exposure which I got at that age has helped me tremendously in life today. And we are rough and tough boys. Like, we can, if there's no AC, we wouldn't mind. We can sleep on the roads. Not that we have to, but if push comes to shove, we can withstand whatever comes at us. And that is only thanks to boarding. So I think, yeah, my story actually begins from Lucknow to the boarding to back to Delhi. And then I shifted to Bombay in 2021, right after the pandemic. And right before that, actually, quite interestingly, I was in college, I was doing BCom, and at the same time, I was offered this job in a corporate. So I was working in a corporate which used to do events, like you guys also do events, and we used to do B2B travel and tourism events. So I used to host events, and we would organize events in Delhi primarily. But I also had my college, so I would go to the college in the first half. It was a proper job, not an internship. And from 2 to 7, I used to go to the office every day. So that I did, and then life had become a little hectic because I'd gotten my first film by that time, and I was also in college. I was also doing ads in Bombay, so in Delhi, sorry. So I called quits, and I quit my job in 2020, right before the pandemic hit us. January, I think I quit my job, and I was on my second film by March, and that's when the pandemic hit us. But then, irrespectively, I came to Bombay then in 2021. And then I've been in Bombay since the last, we're in 26 now, and I came in March, so it's just been 5 years since I've come to Bombay. And oh, what a beautiful ride the city is. It is like boarding school all over again. It's like I've entered school all over again, where you have to go through everything all over again. You're a junior again in life, where you have to start from here and then you have to reach your senior grades. So it's like life has come back to where we began. There's this beautiful show called Dark. It's a German show on Netflix, and there's this saying in it which says, "The end is the beginning, and the beginning is the end." So the moment our school got over, I thought that everything's ended, and that's just right around when I saw Dark. So I was like, the end is the beginning, and that was the beginning for college. Then college got over. Then I started working. Then that got over. My corporate job. Now I'm working here. So this is the beginning which should never end, I think. So yeah.